So NotebookLM has a new feature where it can organize your sources. And I know a lot of people have been asking for at least a version of this for a while, so let me show you how it works. So first off, you just go to notebooklm.google.com and then log in, and you'll get to this page. And this is just your home page. One thing to note from the beginning, I believe you have to create a new notebook for this. It's possible you can take an existing notebook and then drop the sources and add them back in. I opened a bunch of existing notebooks across different accounts, and the feature wasn't there for any of them. And it didn't show up until I actually created a new notebook and added new sources. So note that you might have to create a new notebook, or at least drop sources out of an existing one. Again, I already did this, so I'm going to go into an existing notebook, but again, you will probably have to create a new one for this, at least for now. They change these features all the time, so in a week, this might be different. But you go in, and then if it is a new notebook, then this screen will pop up. This is the add sources window, and then you have to add sources in here. You have to have at least 5 sources to trigger this feature. So again, if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 sources, you probably won't see this, at least not yet. And so I created this notebook, and then I added 5 sources, and then this little icon here pops up. And I'm sure this won't be liked by all, but this is just how the feature works for now. It auto labels the sources, and I'm sure a lot of us want to manually label them, but again, we'll take what we can get for now. So you add 5 sources, and then this little icon appears in the upper left, and this is auto label by topic. And NotebookLM is going to scan your sources, and then it's going to determine where it thinks things should be categorized. So if I click this, now it's just going to auto label, and then it says on there each source can have multiple labels. And this is real time. I didn't edit that, so it goes pretty quickly. Again, I only have 5 sources, so that could be why. And now it gave me these 3 categories. Now I have AI prompting, and these are actually prompting guides, and then software scripting, and this is a Fusion is a DaVinci Resolve, like a video editing tool to do lots of stuff, actually. And then video editing, these are, again, other DaVinci Resolve video editing guides. So those are accurate. I can click on the more options here, and I can rename it. So that's nice. Maybe I just want this to say, just prompting. Okay, so that did not work at all. So let me try that again. I delete that, and that's interesting. So it says I can rename it, but it doesn't let me rename it. If I go and I do prompting, okay, so that's interesting. So if I rename, I don't know why it didn't take the first 2 times, but I don't know. That's kind of weird. But anyway, you can click on this, you can rename it. Maybe you can add emojis, which I don't want to do at all, or I can remove it. And then, yeah, so now you have categories here, and I don't know can I move these? Yeah, okay. So I didn't do this beforehand. I just wanted to kind of do this in the recording and just kind of show everyone, I don't know, what this looks like to go through. So I can't move anything. I want to do that. Okay, so yeah, so it will okay, so I can undo or relabel a source. So let's see what that does. So I can add a new label. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I can go in here and I can add a new label, and then I can just name it, yeah, I don't know, new label 1. And then can I put things in here? Yeah, see, I don't know how to actually put something in. Like if I want to move this prompting guide from prompting to new label, I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I can do that. So I don't know. So I mean, you'll have to kind of play around with this. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Reorganize. Let's see what that does. Okay. So it looks like I can go in here. I can, again, once I have 5 sources, I can have it auto sort. And then I can change the names of the different labels that it puts on there, but I can't manually move things around. And I can add new labels, or I can just have it auto like reorganize. So that's interesting. My guess is that in the future, they're going to give some kind of manual option, because it's like, this worked fine, but I'm confident this won't work fine for all people all the time. We'll see what happens. But that's how it works. One huge thing to note. So this is a free account, and you can tell that because there's not a little thing over here on the right that says Plus, Pro, or Ultra. I had to do this multiple times, and this was the third one that I did. This works fine on my free account. So let me switch over to, so I have free accounts. I have one Plus account, and then I have one Pro account that's tied to Google Workspace. This only, for me, this only worked on my free account. So let me switch over to one of the other accounts and show you. Okay, so now this is my Plus account, and you can see it has a little plus right here, and I have a similar notebook here, source.org test. So let's go in here, and I did a similar thing with this one. This is a brand new notebook, and I just created this, and I went to add sources, and then I dropped, all these are DaVinci Resolve sources, and I just grabbed 6 of them and I put them in here, and then waited for them to load, and nothing. That little icon is not here. I did it multiple times and nothing. So let me switch over to my Pro. Okay, so this is now my Pro account, and this is tied to a Google Workspace account. I don't know if that matters, because there's Pro with Google Workspace, and there's Pro with like their AI Pro plan. So maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't, but either way, again, brand new notebook, same name. And then this one, I actually did this one first because I figured the Pro would work and the other ones may or may not. So I added 15 sources in here. Again, these are all DaVinci Resolve sources. And again, once everything loaded, one source failed because I actually tried 16. One failed. I removed that from the list. And then again, there's no auto organize, auto label icon here. So I don't have a way to do this on my other account. It's only, for me today at least, it's only on my free account, which I guess is good because that means it would be theoretically accessible to everybody. But it's also weird because for me, most of my notebooks, most of the stuff that I use regularly is not in my free account because I have paid accounts. But my guess is that they're going to roll it out to the paid accounts probably soon, probably by the time you watch this video. But again, for me today, it is only available on my free account. Let me switch back over. Okay, so back on my free account. Again, this is what the icon looks like here, and it's just going back to the beginning. If you go to notebooklm.google.com, you will probably have to create a new notebook for this, or at least go into an existing notebook and drop all your sources and put them back in. But once you have 5 or more sources, you have to have at least 5 sources or this will not trigger. Once you have 5 or more sources, then this icon theoretically will appear and you can click on it and it will auto label your sources. You can rename the labels, but you cannot, at least I cannot, move something from one label to another. It is only the auto-generated labels for now, and then you can select or deselect things based off of the label. So I can go in here and I can deselect the individual, in this case PDFs, or I can do the category. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a step in the right direction. For me, I would like to be able to manually move things and I'd like to be able to manually label things. I think this is a good progression. I think they'll get there because there's going to be feedback from this. I personally would also like to have this in my paid accounts because I use those more. I do appreciate, just for accessibility, that this is in the free account, at least for me. So hopefully most people will be able to see this. And yeah, I don't know. So if that's interesting, I mean, if you use NotebookLM and you have anything, any decent notebook, any decent size notebook, you're going to have a ton of sources. And again, 5 isn't even a lot. I've notebooks with hundreds of sources. So this can be really useful to just kind of condense some of the noise for all your notebooks. But if you use NotebookLM and you have some notebooks with, a ton of sources, this can be useful if it's available to you. So try it out and see what you think, and I'll see you next time.